as you're developing JavaScript programs, it's really important that your programs are able to make simple decisions based on some criteria in your program itself. So we're going to create programs with conditionals now. Conditional statements let your program make some basic decisions and do what's called branching. So we're going to start with the simplest conditional set, and that's just an if statement. So let's put in my script tags, language equals JavaScript, type equals text/JavaScript. Excellent. We'll close the script tag. And now in here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to declare a variable. And we'll declare the variable age, and I'm going to set that value to 19. Now, in the U.S., if you're a citizen and you're age 18 or over, you can vote. So if we want to determine if this user can vote, we can simply say if age is greater than or equal to 18, then document write you can vote. So there's actually more going on here than meets the eye. Let me go ahead and save. We can test this in the browser. Use Firefox this time. You can vote. Perfect. So we got the correct result. Now, there's a lot more going on here that meets the eye than I said. So let's take a look, first of all, at age is equal to 19. This, of course, is our variable declaration and initialization. We then have our conditional. This is known as the conditional, our if statement. And if age is greater than or equal to 18, what happens is this statement is evaluated in JavaScript and is either turned into a true or false. So if you think about what's happening here, since age is assigned the value 19, it tests, is 19 greater than or equal to 18? Well, that's true. 19 is greater than or equal to 18. So if this evaluates as true, whatever is between the French brackets here, the curly brackets, in the statement block will be executed. If this is false, then this will not be executed. Watch what happens if I change this to 12. Since 12-year-olds can't vote, we can test this right here within the browser itself, within the text editor itself. There's no result. If I change it back to 18 or greater, and I save, now it says you can vote. So really here, we're testing if this is true, we will do what is ever between the French brackets. Now there's a number of different comparisons we can make. For example, I'm going to set a variable called name, and I'm going to set that to Mark. And then I'm going to test if name equals Mark, then I'm going to output document write you are the course instructor. So I'll save, and now it outputs you are the course instructor. By the way, this is a really neat way to test if you're using the Komodo text editor. All you do is you edit in a Komodo tab, just like this, and you can see the results as you make changes automatically here in the text editor side of the program. Pretty neat. All right, so now you may have said, well, why did he repeat the equal signs? Well, let's talk about the operators for comparison. So these are comparison operators. First we have equal equals, that's two equal signs in a row, which is equivalency. We also have equals equals equals, and that means equivalent in value and type. An example here is, for example, 1 equals equals quote 1. They're the same value, even though this is a string on the right-hand side. However, this is true. This would be false. 1 equals 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 quote 1 is false, because while they're the same value, they're both 1, they're not the same type. On the right-hand side is a string, on the left-hand side is a numerical value. I don't use that one very often, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. And then, of course, we have greater than, less than, we have greater than or equals, we have less than or equals, and let's see. We have greater than equals less than, we have not equal to. So those are the basic comparison operators that you'll use most frequently. Now there's two more operators known as logical operators, and they are ampersand ampersand, which is and pipe pipe, which is shift backslash, that's or. So those are used to join and make compound statements. Let's say up here I added a variable called citizen, and I'm going to set that initially to true. Now this is known as a Boolean variable. Boolean variables hold only the values true or false. They can't hold anything else. So when I test it, I can say citizen equals true. Now notice no quotes around the true because it's a Boolean variable. Now I'll test again. Let's go ahead and refresh here. And we get nothing. I must have made an error somewhere here and here. Yep, I forgot my logical operator. And citizen equals true. I save, and there we go. You can vote comes because both of these values are true. Age is greater than or equal to 18. Citizen equals true. Now, if I set citizen to false, we're no longer able to vote because if you use an and logical operator, both sides have to be true. So even though this is true, this is not, and I'm unable to vote. So whatever's between the French brackets does not get executed. If I use a pipe, like that, pipe, pipe, that's an or, and once I save, that does evaluate as true, because if you use a logical or, then either side can be true. All right, so that's a look at simple if statements. We'll make our if statements a little more complex in the next video.